All right.
Hey, buddy.
We are back once again.
Dude.
Episode 40.
Yeah.
We are well past the average number of episodes.
We're going to do
somebody
something.
has.
We have to do something special for 50.
Well, you know, we talked about Gabe and Parker coming on for 50 because they stopped at 49.
Right, which I would
doing
like.
A crossover.
But I just saw on Parker's Instagram, he was like in fucking Colorado or some shit.
He's supposed to be moving there, but I don't know that he has moved there yet.
He took some pictures on like he was tripping.
Interesting.
Traveling.
Tripping.
Tripping. He was on the trip.
Yeah, so what are we drinking tonight,
Oh
you
my God.
son of a bitch? You
I don't
son
know
of
how
a
I
bitch.
feel about this yet, but we are drinking Ouzo. I believe I'm saying that right.
Ouzo.
It is
Who
a
gives a
Greek.
shit?
It is a Greek alcohol. This is by Metaxa, Greek specialty liqueur. I first saw this actually. I was Ouzo by Metaxa is distilled in small traditional copper stills according to a time-honored recipe. Spices with a bunch of shit in it gives it its distinctive rich aroma and taste that is full and balanced. Served with water or ice, the crystal clear liquid turns a milky white, a magic transformation that is typical for this aperitif. Enjoy straight up with ice or water or on the rocks, which is on ice. I saw this one time on. There's a couple shows I mentioned them to you earlier, but the Booze Traveler and Three Sheets, which are like cultural drinking shows, and I wanted to try it since then. And so I saw it today randomly at the liquor store. Picked it up. It smells like absinthe.
That's exactly what I was fixing to say. And we've had absinthe before.
Yeah.
That's a story maybe we can tell at some point. And when we, I guess,
when we
according to you, we have to drink absinthe at some point. The problem with drinking absinthe now is you're going to go buy it, or I'm going to go buy it in a liquor store, and it's not the same.
I found the same brand.
Where?
It's, shit, what was the liquor store that was at? Bob's, whatever the fuck it was. They had it there.
I just wonder if it's a dumbed down version for
I don't know.
US.
It's not going to taste different, though.
Oh.
Here. Cheers. Let's do this.
Cheers.
Ouzo.
That is not good at all.
I don't mind it.
That is awful.
It's kind of all right.
That is terrible.
But you got to finish that bitch.
Oh my God, that's awful. Let me have that bottle.
It is weird how white it is.
Keep that out of your reach so you don't pour me anymore.
It sticks around in the mouth a little bit.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It reminds me of oh shit, those it's a kind of lozenge or candy that gives you a certain fucking flavor. I've had my grandparents
It's
gave
a
out.
shit lozenge or
It's not.
candy.
It's not licorice though.
Good God, that is just I almost want to kill it just to get it over
Do
with.
it. I will enjoy that so much.
What was this?
I don't even know what
40%?
Yeah, so it's bitch proof.
Ugh,
So
that is awful.
yeah, even though we just recorded last weekend, it feels like it's been longer to me.
It actually does.
Yeah.
But this was a very long week for me. Like very long. Like
Same. I had my goddamn kids. Fuck me.
so what I've noticed is like
Oh.
see, and you said it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. I just got a second. Like it's still kind of cramping in the back of my jaws a little bit.
Oh my God, it's so bad. One thing I've learned is that when
It's bad.
one thing I've learned is that when I go into work at the same time, unless everyone else starts earlier than me, so everybody's been starting at 9 o'clock because they're not working overtime because of coronavirus and everything. There's just not as much to do.
Right.
I'm a 7:30 to 4:30 guy. I love that schedule. I go in before traffic gets heavy. I get off before traffic gets heavy.
Right.
And that's just nice. So when they go in at 9, so I've got an hour and a half before almost anyone else is there, and it makes my day typically go faster.
Okay.
Because the first half of the day just blazes by because I have that time when there's not as much going on. And then when I come back from lunch, I got 3.5 hours left in the day.
Right.
And so, but for whatever reason, this week was just a shit show.
Yeah.
Anything that could go wrong, like our network went down just in our building on
Jesus didn't come back.
on so Wednesdays we don't, because I work in a warehouse on Wednesdays right now because everything is kind of slowed down because of the economy and whatnot. We don't ship anything out. We're just taking everything in and putting it away and whatever. So on Thursdays typically are heavier than most Thursdays. Well, on Thursday at noon. So an hour before everything starts getting pulled to get shipped out.
Right.
On Thursdays, the network goes down in our building, meaning nothing can be done. We can't make phone calls. We can't get emails in or out. We can't print anything. We don't know what you're flying blind, and you can't really fly because you don't know what you'll be flying after to do. So after about 3 hours of that, they made everybody do other things. After about 3 hours of that, they called it, because what happened is the way our network is there for our building, our network distribution is AT&T, but our antennas and everything inside are Verizon. It's a very strange setup, because Verizon is great service out there in our area. AT&T not so much.
Right.
But AT&T comes out and takes a look, and they say, "Oh, there's a line cut within a 2-mile radius."
Okay.
So we're going to send a team out to find where it's cut and then repair it, but don't know how long that'll take.
Right.
So they call it. Everybody goes home early. Well, I say everybody. Most everybody goes home early. And to come back in, and Friday was just insane, because you have all the customers now have had Wednesday, they get nothing's done on Wednesday, then nothing was done on Thursday. I love the way you're looking at that.
I know.
And you wanted to applaud it at first. Say, "Oh, that's not that bad. It tastes like the candy my grandmother used to give me."
I didn't say that. And tasting.
That is so bad. That is just awful.
It's no worse than that goddamn story you're just rambling on through.
Awful. Anyway,
bad.
To wrap that up for you.
Thank you.
It was a shit show of a week, especially the second half of the week. It was just insane. I was just exhausted when I got home last night. And I intended to watch the new Guy Ritchie movie, The Gentleman. I love Guy Ritchie. I can't think of anything
You would.
Yeah. What is wrong with anything he's put out? Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Okay.
Snatch.
Okay.
Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes, that first Sherlock Holmes was a good movie.
It was an enjoyable movie.
Well, what does it have? I mean, so then why? If it was enjoyable, that's a good
enjoyable.
movie.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. was amazing in that.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm biasing it toward him. I think he could do no wrong. I'll probably watch Doolittle strictly because he's in it, and I heard it was shitty.
Yeah.
I heard it was bad.
I had to watch it the other day.
How was it?
It was fucking shitty.
But I'll watch it probably just because he's in
My
it.
kids wanted to watch it, and I was like, well, this gives me an excuse to watch it and not, hate myself in the morning.
It probably keeps your kids quiet for an hour and a half. So, yeah. But I like everything Guy Ritchie does so far, and I hear that this movie is good. So
Maybe.
I rented it, and I was so exhausted that Chris and I were going to watch our normal stuff last night.
Right.
And then about 10 o'clock or so, I was going to come downstairs and watch The Gentleman.
Okay.
And we started watching something else that we don't normally watch called Too Hot to Handle. I think it's on Netflix.
Okay.
So it's a reality show where they have 10 people, and they're all like hot. Like they're all good looking guys and girls,
right,
of course. And they get together and they meet, and they're all like kind of trying to decide, separate from everyone else, trying to decide I'm after this one. Like the guys are typical guys. They're acting like 14-year-old boys. Or like when they're hanging around by themselves, they're like mimicking what they're going to do to the girls, like laying on the bed, like just, fucking the pillows and shit. Like, anyway, what they don't know is that after they've been there for 12 hours, they have this device that's similar to like a Siri or Alexa or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it tells them from now on, for 4 weeks now, you cannot have any kind of sexual contact. Mm-hmm. No kissing, no sex of any kind, and no self-gratification. So you can't even go jerk it in the shower.
Right.
Like, there's nothing. And then they're going crazy. And then she tells them, at the end of this, there's a prize of $100,000. Mm-hmm. And someone will win this prize. But for every rule that's broken, we'll deduct money. So a kiss is $3,000. If you kiss, $3,000 right off there.
I'd be poor. Yeah. I'd owe money.
Sex, and they put them in situations like, the whole point of this is for them to learn how to actually have a meaningful relationship with someone.
You lost me there.
Of course.
I don't care about anything else about the show.
But they do things like when somebody gets to the point where they seem like they're actually kind of starting to have a meaningful relationship, they do something like, now you guys get to spend a night alone in the master suite.
Okay.
But the rules still apply.
Right.
And these two people go into the master suite, whatever. Of course they fuck. They come out $20,000. Boom. The next night when they all gather, it's like these two people broke the rules. $20,000 right off the top.
Does everybody lose it collectively?
Yeah, it comes out of that $100,000.
Okay,
that $100,000 is a collective.
That makes it a little more interesting.
Yes.
That actually is how murders happen. It's like, you motherfucker,
Yeah.
I didn't touch my dick once in 4 goddamn months. You fucked once and cost me 20. Fuck you.
Yeah. So it was entertaining to an extent.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead.
I want to go back real quick because you're talking about Guy Ritchie. You said that Robert Downey Jr. can do no wrong in your eyes.
Can't think of anything I've seen him do, at least in the last 20 years.
Oh, now you're okay.
That was not good.
Guy Ritchie?
No, Robert Downey Jr.
I'm talking about Guy Ritchie.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you remember?
So I didn't say that about Guy Ritchie. I said everything I've seen of his I like.
Okay, that you've seen. So you obviously haven't seen Swept Away.
No, I haven't seen Swept
Yeah, that
Away.
would change your opinion a lot.
You think so?
Rock and Rolla? Did you see Rock and
I
Rolla?
did see that, and I enjoyed Rock and Rolla.
I enjoyed it. It was okay. It was not a great movie.
It delivered exactly what it set out to deliver.
Okay, I'll give you that. And I was thinking, there's one movie. How do you feel about him as an actor?
Guy Ritchie?
Yeah.
I can't think of anything I've seen him act in.
Rock and Rolla,
Who is he in Rock and Rolla?
the main guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. It's been a long. I saw that right after it came out on DVD, and
The one I was looking for, there's another movie, and I can't
I think
remember.
I own it actually.
Yeah, there's another movie he was in. I can't remember what it was. That was just absolute fucking trash. But anyway, so I've mixed feelings on Guy Ritchie is what I'm getting at. Some of his
course
stuff
you
I
do.
really like. Fuck you.
You're the one that picked this shit out for us to drink
No,
and said
this
this
was
is
on
really
one-
not that bad. I don't mind it.
The first sip was not that bad.
It's not
And
changed.
it's getting worse.
Every sip I've
It's
taken,
getting
it
worse.
has not changed.
It's making my tongue
I wish
tingle.
I hadn't put ice in there because it's just going to melt the ice and be more to drink.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers. Anyway.
Well,
Oh my God.
you haven't even asked me how my week was, you motherfucking selfish cunt.
I haven't made it there yet.
I know, because you keep rambling about some bullshit. I haven't even listened to
Here's the
3/4
thing.
of what you said to this point.
This makes me not give a single shit. Not even a grunt about how your week was. I hope that you closed your dick up in a shower door. I hope you zipped it up in your zipper.
Yeah.
I hope that it was just
You're just being a dick at this
this,
point.
that is so bad. That is, and when we smelled it an hour ago,
That's
and
what
you're
she
like,
said.
yeah, and you said this smells like absinthe, and I smelled it. I was like, oh, this is going to be bad.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty rough.
I wish that I hadn't smelled it ahead of time, but I don't think it would have changed it any.
Yeah. That keeps.
I don't think it would have changed.
I want that as a clip. If I just,
Yeah, I'll find that. So
I-
where we're at, about 13
Yeah.
minutes in? Okay. Let me see if I can find that and throw that out there on social
smelled
media.
it, but
this
it
week.
wouldn't have made a difference.
So how was your week?
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah?
Yeah. I had the kids all week, which is always a fucking bummer in my life.
Okay.
And then, I did get extended for 2 more pay periods, though, which is good.
Again? So is this the second extension? Nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm still treating this like a vacation and not doing
You're out
anything.
there trying to find other jobs, and they're just extending.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
You're getting paid to hunt jobs.
I had 3 job interviews last week,
Nice.
all while I'm supposedly working and doing other things. And then I got a final interview for 1 job this coming Monday. I'm waiting to see if I get an offer or not from the other one. One I'm way, way underqualified for as per my MO. The other one I'm actually overqualified for, and it would be a pay cut, but it's at least a fucking job.
So none of those are the ones where you didn't know what a fire extinguisher was, right?
No, neither one of those. One of them deals in fucking particle physics,
Oh.
which I know nothing about. But I somehow convinced them that I could do that job.
Of course you did.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But it was just a long, very stressful week. I was expecting to hear back officially from that one on yesterday, and I never did. Which they're supposed to let us know, but I don't like, because it's a normal thing, especially if if you didn't get it, they let you know last, is usually how that works in the communication process. But So I probably didn't get it, but fuck if I did, it's a raise and, doing things that I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. So,
wow.
And that could potentially affect the lives of other people. So that makes it even more amazing. But so my week was just long in the sense of stress and worrying about the jobs because we didn't know until Friday that payroll was getting extended. So as far as I knew, like this coming week was my last paycheck.
Right.
So anyway, got that worked out. Hopefully, at least now I can continue vacationing and not doing shit and getting paid for it, unbeknownst to. Now I'm glad I didn't take that fucking severance when they offered it to me.
Yeah,
really. I'm going to stick around and I'm going to help the company out. And I've done nothing.
Have you gotten your stimulus check? And I may have asked you that before. You've not? Neither have we.
I think I found out why, though. I went on to whatever the fucking website that shit is and put in my info. And I guess since we've moved or some shit, they said they don't have my direct deposit information, which they fucking...
They didn't have ours. I mean,
anyway, I've got to fill that out and hopefully get that stimulus.
Well,
but whatever. I had something else I was going to mention that happened this week and tell you about, but I don't fucking remember at all.
Okay.
So it obviously wasn't important. It was something I saw in the news though that made me think about you.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that was a porn I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
My bad. My bad. So yeah, I say it was a shit week. It was a long week.
Yeah.
A stressful week. I was happy to get away from the fucking kids tonight. I'm so glad I'm taking them back to their goddamn mom's house on Monday. My daughter, dude, oh my God, she's such a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
I know she's not getting better. She's getting worse. And I try to help in these certain areas, but it's stupid. I mean, granted, it's my fault probably for being divorced for this long and her being in two single family homes. But still, it annoys the shit out of me how clingy she is. Dad, come spend time with me. Dad, do things with me. Dad, it's like, fuck you.
That's how you keep them off the stripper pole.
Right now, it's like go sit in the room quietly like kids did in the 40s. That's what the fuck I want.
No, this one we're gonna play hide and seek. You go hide. I will count to 100 and then I'll come find you.
I want to go out for cigarettes and not come home. that's the game.
You've done that already.
Yeah, but I won the last round. So I got to
go out for cigarettes and not come home too.
The sequel. No, it's like God. She's getting to the point where she's almost 12, but she's got that weird in between where she acts like she's 4 sometimes and acts like she's super mature other times.
Yeah.
But she'll be like, "Dad, I'm wanting a snack." So she's got her snack, whatever, and she's like, "Dad, sit with me while I eat." I'm like, no, I'm not gonna sit with you while you eat. That's stupid. She's like, "No, Dad, please just sit with me while I eat." I was like, I'm not sitting with you while you eat. I'm not going to sit here and watch you eat some fucking apples. It's not in the cards. And so then she gets her feelings hurt and she'll cry and go to her room. And I'm like, you're not going to manipulate me. That shit's not happening. And then she's fine 10 minutes later. But yeah, Dad, come in here, do this. No, I'm not doing that with you. What?
I guess I don't understand that thought process of no, I'm not going to. No, don't get me wrong. I understand. It's not fun at all. It sucks completely. But I don't understand that thought process at that age. And I guess it's because my kids are all adults now. And I think I don't necessarily wouldn't want to go and do it all again. But then a part of me is kind of like, I would like to do it again.
Yeah, well,
to do some things differently, but also to have that time again.
Right. Well, for me, it's not the time. If I'm in there hanging out or watching TV, they sit in my lap, they sit with me. That's fine. But to me, it gets to this weird clingy thing. She just wants to monopolize my time at that point. It is not so much that she actually wants time with me. She just wants to not anyone else to have time with me. So if I'm in there with her,
you think that's it?
Yes.
I think it's a bit of both.
It is a bit of both. But some of it's just unnecessary clinginess that I feel like they got to get rid of that shit. If that stuff starts carrying over into relationships, that's when you become this codependent fuck that you want that girlfriend that's clingy and that's always fucking there. To be that way. She needs to learn.
It's called a wife.
Right. Oh my God. A man is not, fortunately.
No, I'm just kidding.
But
I was just saying because since girlfriend age, I've been married.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. But no, fuck. I don't know. I don't want her to get some boyfriend along the way, and then she's that person that's fucking stalking her. Asking, "You're not spending time with me. You can't go with your friends. You have to be with me all the time." It's no, I don't want to raise that type of cunt in the world.
I understand.
There's enough of them. So she needs to learn that like I'm there for her and I love her and I'll spend time with her and show her affection, but there are boundaries. Like my world does not revolve around what you want in that moment. Like I'm a grown up and I have other shit to do. Like when we're all together, when I'm there, I'll give you hugs. I'll tell you I love you. We'll hang out. I'll tell you I'm proud of you, whatever the case may be. But just because you want me to jump doesn't mean I'm going to goddamn jump. Like you don't have that type of power in my life.
Sure. Understand that.
Anyway, and well, she's also bad about like if she's holding my hand or she's sitting in my lap, I'm like, okay, I need to get up and go to the bathroom. She's like, no, you can't get up. I'm like, no,
that's just a kid being a kid.
I don't give a shit. They're gonna stop that shit. If I need to get up and piss, they're gonna
let a kid be a kid.
No, that's not being a kid.
It is being a kid.
No,
that is being a kid.
No, that's learning emotional maturity is what it is. If she was 7, sure. At 12 years old, it's a different fucking story.
I understand that.
That she's at the age now where she has to, like Jude, I have a lot more patience with it. Him being fucking, I guess he's almost 9, so it's starting to run out. But like 6, 7 years old, sure, like I get it. But at like 12 years old, you're starting to get old enough to realize that like if you have to piss, you don't want somebody sitting in your goddamn lap.
Sure.
You know, it's part of that process of growing up and learning those fucking
You don't let
boundaries.
them sit in your lap while you don't. While you go to the bathroom?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Actually, Lyric, I told her when she turns 12, she can't sit in my lap anymore.
Oh.
That's her cutoff. Was 12.
Well, isn't she 12?
And she turns 12 at the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
So she's almost 12. Yeah. After 12, she can sit beside me. She can cuddle up with me.
And what does she think about that?
She says she's okay with it now. Like she understands. I just explained to her, as you're getting older, you know, you've got to have space and all that other shit. And, you know, I get tired of boners with her in my lap anyway. So, no. Actually, I was laughing. I was telling Amanda the other day. We're going to have some time for ourselves in the evening. We're going to be doing some dirty adult sexual things.
Right.
And I was looking forward to it. Anyway, all of us are sitting there with the kids watching, and I had one of the kids in my lap. And all of a sudden, I was thinking about what was going to be happening later. And I started,
get off me!
And I started getting I started getting a fucking boner, and I was like, God damn it, no! Abort mission! Abort mission! Abort mission! Think of something else! Think of something else! Yeah. Of course, nobody else noticed but me, but I was like, fuck, I just got a semi with a goddamn child in my lap. Like, I'm pretty sure I have to sign up on some list now. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty certain that's the law.
You have to go tell your neighbors.
That's kind of like, did you ever have that thought? I think I told you this on here before, that like, you know, having like when I was a kid, having a cat in my lap, I got a boner. It's like, oh, did I just fuck an animal?
Right.
Am I a bestiality?
So I noticed that you have a gray thumbnail.
Yeah.
What the hell's that?
That was actually me being bored, and Amanda was doing her nails. I was like, hey, do my thumbnail, because I wanted to peel it off.
Mm-hmm.
But
you haven't done it yet.
I tried. This is some of the newfangled shit. It doesn't peel off.
Okay.
So I now look like a fucking 98 emo kid with one nail painted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a guy at work that has his
it's chipping and
fingernails painted black.
Yeah. This is just the thumb. I was bored and let her do it, but...
Okay.
Yeah. But see, I've let my daughter paint my nails before.
And that, I understand that. Yeah. And that's what I assumed you were going to tell me.
Oh, no. That was just me being bored and watching TV with Amanda. I don't care. I have no shame.
Obviously. Boners the kids in your lap.
Hey, man, we keep it real on this podcast.
Sure. Yeah.
All I'm saying is I shouldn't have been thinking of boning my wife with a kid in my lap.
You're right about that. You are right about that.
But we were watching that shitty-ass goddamn kids' TV, and I was fucking bored out of my goddamn skull and thinking about other shit. And we see where that got me.
Do you drink at home?
Not usually. Every now and then.
So you got to...
I really only drink on this podcast.
You should turn kids' shows like that into a drinking game.
Okay.
Get Amanda involved in it. Yeah. Just every time there's a stupid kid's joke or something like that. Vague.
It's worse. Every drink is worse.
It is. It's almost like it's giving me heartburn while I'm doing this.
You know what the aftertaste is? It's almost like fucking Diet Coke, but without the Coke flavor. Just that saccharine nastiness.
Yeah, that aspartame.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, turn it into a drinking game.
Yeah.
And kids' TV will get a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, if anyone is wondering, and I know no one is, but we didn't post last week's episode on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
So because we decided we're going to try to post every episode on YouTube and
every episode.
Yeah, every episode. And Skype kind of screwed us over. Yeah, I know. I saw that. It's turning the glass white. Yeah, this is like white-powered alcohol. Turn everything white. It's like a Greek guy just jizzed all in our glasses.
This is what
like,
what
you drink. You like?
You know what? The curiosity as to what Greek jizz tastes like has finally been answered. They don't drink enough pineapple.
It's ouzo. It's the sound they make when they come.
Ouzo.
Ouzo. You like?
Give you some grape leaves to wipe this shit off with. Fuck
God.
me. You were saying something, and before we got off on that,
yeah. So
this
Skype
is ruining all of the conversations.
No, that's fine. Skype kind of screwed us over because we recorded the Skype conversation so we could get the two of us and Christian in. Because
goddamn, people need to see that man.
Oh my God, yeah. And I hadn't found a good photo of him to be able to put up on social media.
I have it in my house. I'll give it back to you after I wipe the ooze off.
You know, he showed the one photo of he with Bill Clinton, him and Bill Clinton together, which was a cool thing to have. I mean, like or hate Bill Clinton, that's a good thing, a cool thing to have anyway. I mean, but Skype kind of screwed you over really, because the way they split the video they recorded, it completely cut you out. So you could only ever see your hands come into frame every once in a while when you talk.
You could have,
for whatever reason. Yeah, I didn't like it. Didn't look good. It didn't look professional, and so I didn't like that.
Okay, because everybody listening knows we pride ourselves on professionalism.
Yeah, I understand that, except that from an audio perspective,
yeah,
we sound better than most new podcasts.
I'll give you that. We sound as good as a lot of established podcasts.
Absolutely.
You're welcome.
So, okay, sure. So I just didn't. I don't know. I didn't like it. Maybe I'll cut a clip of it out and do that. And put it up at some point. I don't know. But anyway, that's why it wasn't on there. And it sucked all week long. I thought about it, like, God,
right.
I wish that was on YouTube.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
I was thinking about it, and we've been pretty chill with it for the most part. But we did that interview with Amanda Ray.
Yep.
It's been in our earlier
Epileptic Mom.
Epileptic Mom.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's been a while. It was like in September or October.
But I don't think I've brought up. We talked about it a little bit, but she self-published a book,
right?
Which I would really, I almost want to buy just to read excerpts from on here on the podcast. We tried to get her to come on this podcast, and I guess she had a lot of things going on.
Well, she quit doing hers, or at least was taking a hiatus, and she said maybe she would come back on when this new book she's working on is ready to be released.
The first one wasn't ready to be released.
Or she would, or if she started doing a podcast again, maybe she'd come back on.
At the risk of sounding really mean, it's fucking god awful shit.
If you haven't,
in a special way, like I can't. I've tried to articulate to my wife how bad some of the things are, and I finally had to just like show her. Yeah,
from the book, or
I downloaded the Kindle app just so I could get the preview, and read her a few lines, and then I let her. I forwarded her a couple of the podcast episodes, and that was enough to describe it. So I had no reason to do that other than the fact that like that was fucking terrible, and we've come a long ways.
We've come a long ways?
Yeah, we've come a long ways.
How have we come a long ways?
Because we don't have bullshit like that on our podcast anymore. Oh no, we were on hers.
We didn't. Yes, we were on hers.
We improved. Never mind. Fuck, I'm just talking at this point.
We've been great from the start.
It's the Ouzo.
Yeah. It's that Greek man rubbing his shoulders back there.
I wish.
Yeah. But so the thing about this is that episode that we're on of hers, we did the audio editing for that. And
that's right.
Sent it back to her.
Oh, you had to edit it heavily.
Yeah, heavily because
that's right. That's what I was bringing up because we did it twice. We did the first time, and it got all fucked to shit.
Well, no, it didn't record us. She did it, and it didn't.
That's
record
what I'm saying. It got all fucked to shit.
Yeah.
So
when we did it again a couple weeks later, we just set everything up in case it got fucked up again.
Right.
I don't think we told her we were recording. I think we just recorded it, and then I said, "Hey, I've recorded all this. If you want it edited down,
Right.
Because she said, I don't know how much of this I can use.
Yeah.
Her living boyfriend and her kid kept coming in.
That's where I was going with that.
Interrupting
her fucking
everything.
boyfriend.
Oh my God. They're still together.
It came to mind. I don't know that. It came to mind while we were talking about kids and all that shit. It's what a fucking cunt that guy was.
Well, she's like in her mid-20s and he was like 18.
Yeah.
And because he came on for us to talk to him for a minute, because I needed to find out why he knew she was recording a podcast and continued to come in and interrupt.
And be a fucking
complete
asshole.
lack of respect.
Yeah.
Not to say, regardless. Complete lack of respect, regardless. But, so I wanted to talk to him and find out what is his problem.
Right.
And then he said, or she said, when he's 18, I was like, oh, that's his problem.
That makes sense, yeah.
That makes complete sense now at this point. But anyway, so if you never listened to us on that, go find it.
Yeah, please do. It's Epileptic
Mom with Amanda Ray.
You can find it on Spotify.
Yep, and Apple Podcasts. If you can't find it, message us. I'll find the feed, the link for it, and send it to you. It's interesting. I made fun of her to her face at one point.
You were nicer than I was, weirdly enough.
Well, but I made fun of her to her face at one point, and she never realized it.
And the thing is, like, okay, this is what I don't understand.
Yeah.
Is she seemed nice enough, and she was young, right? And I get that.
She's blissfully dumb.
That's what I was going for.
Yes.
Like, and not even to the point of, it's not an act, but she's, I can't even put, like, she's dumber than someone her age should be.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's a choice. Not, because I've met stupid people, right?
Yeah.
And if stupid people are just stupid because they don't have the capacity to be intelligent, they get a pass.
Like a friend of ours' ex-wife.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't give her a pass, but
well, not a pass, but it's like, well, you brush
you.
it off easily, right? But people that are obviously like choosing to be in the realm of stupidity that they are in is a whole different ballgame to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even understand it.
Yeah, I don't understand. There's so many things about her I didn't understand.
And there's a lot
I had
of
no idea you were going to bring her up ever again, but especially not tonight.
It popped in my head because I was like, we should have her on this podcast for an interview at some point.
I would love it.
I know.
I would love to interview her on this podcast.
And that's what came to mind.
But I'm afraid that we will have to work even harder to carry the podcast.
Oh, no,
she
wouldn't be on for the full hour. Fuck, no.
Or would she?
She might. Well, she only if her boyfriend would come on too.
Oh, I don't know that I can handle that. I may have a heart attack if he comes on. Honestly, my blood pressure was through the roof.
Was it?
Yes. He annoyed me. When anyone has a complete lack of respect for someone, especially someone that they supposedly are in a relationship with or friends with or whatever, that complete lack of respect. And not, you and I are very disrespectful to each other.
Oh, yeah, because you're a fucking asshole.
But it's also that that disrespect that we have towards each other is actually rooted in some respect for each other.
Right, absolutely.
And that's not how he is anyway.
Yeah, well, we respect each other in the sense of, like, I don't know, like, we get along, obviously, like, and I love the shit out of you, but you also don't want anything from me ever.
No.
And I like
as long as you do whatever mixing you got to do on this episode and have it available to me before midnight Sunday night.
Yep.
We're fine. Yeah.
I agree. I'm trying to copy some Jude's trying to call to tell us some jokes.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So I was trying to get that to my wife.
So is he going to call?
He's going to call that.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to make sure so that we get it in here. So
yeah.
They're going to call in a minute?
Yeah. He's trying to right now. I just sent it 764 call B3F, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So Steven's son Jude's going to call him, tell us
he's a couple jokes.
A couple jokes he's going to tell us. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, like I said, I don't know what prompted that to come out of my brain hole.
I don't either.
But I don't know.
God, this stuff is awful.
I'm almost done with mine.
I see that. Oof. It's so bad. I'm drinking Miller High Life.
So my wife
usually buy beer like this when other people are going
busy
to come
signal,
over.
which shouldn't be the case. No, unless you didn't turn it on.
No, it's on. I'm looking at it. It is on.
Okay. Yeah, go figure.
So, I mean, Give me just a second here. Set up correctly.
Okay. Well, that's what it said.
754-225-5233.
Okay. Well, can you call? He's waiting. He's standing by. Yeah. Let me show you the number. I'm not going to read it out loud on the podcast there, because all of our fans would start sending texts to my wife.
Yeah, all three of them. All right, let's see. Okay, here we go. Oh, turn it back around. All right, so 931.
All right. I'm pretty excited about this. I don't know what he's going to say.
Okay. I double check it there. Yep. I had that number already. Are they ready for us to call?
Yeah.
Let's call.
There it is.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, buddy, what you doing?
I'm not your dad.
That's Joey. He's being dumb. Do you want to tell me a couple jokes?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me think of some. I remember some new ones.
Oh, okay.
I've got some. All right. Why are Iron Fist and Iron Man arch enemies?
Why is who and Iron Man arch enemies?
Iron Fist.
Oh,
Iron Fist.
I don't
okay.
know why are Iron Man and Iron Fist arch enemies?
Want to know why?
Yeah, why?
Because they both have iron hands.
Okay, that's good. What? Give me another one.
Why does Thanos want all of the Infinity Stones?
Why?
Because he's a rock collector.
Nice. Hey, tell Joey your mama joke. Say something about his mama.
Your mom is so American. She took it pretty much because he was white.
All right. I love you, buddy. I'll see you later.
Bye. All right.
All right. That was Jude. He made both of those up, obviously, on the phone.
Clearly.
Instead of calling in, he said he had jokes to tell. And then those are the two he just pulled out of his asshole.
Oh, God. Well, so I took your advice and I watched Mythic Quest.
Yeah, what'd you think?
Loved it.
I told you, it's goddamn awesome.
I loved it. I watched it all in, I can't remember if I watched it in one setting or if I watched it between Sunday night and Monday night last week.
Yeah, it's so good.
It is very good. Danny Pudi is amazing.
I told you, it's such a great role for him.
But he's not as much of an asshole as you made him out to be. He's a marketing guy asshole.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it makes sense for him to be the way he is.
But compared
to Abed,
right.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's
so
great. But Rob McElhaney is great.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Anyway.
He's like an intelligent Mac. It's basically the role that he plays.
That's exactly it. Yeah. Which makes me wonder, can he play anything other than that character? But anyway. And, he's really not much older than us. Only like 3 or 4 years older than us.
Which makes me sad.
And you think, so
the place I'm at in my life compared to the place he is in his life, I want to kill myself.
Occasionally.
More than usual.
Occasionally, I look up like celebrity net worth, stuff like that. So I wondered, all right, they've been doing Always Sunny for 13, 14 years now.
Right.
And they basically started it, recording it on a camcorder. And... that good,
It's finished. It's not that bad.
So I looked up his net worth. Now it's collective between he and his wife, Caitlin Olsen.
Right.
$50 million.
God damn.
That's exactly what I said. And so I looked it up in several places just to see, and they were all consistently around $50 million.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But Mythic Quest, if you have Apple TV Plus, or if you can get a free trial, go watch Mythic Quest. It's like
Right.
8 or 9 episodes. They're 30 to 40 minutes
The cast
long.
is fantastic.
It is. But half of them I didn't know. But fucking F. Murray Abraham? Have F. Murray Abraham on that show.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. And who was
So-
it? I can never remember the girl's name. They're not the actress's name, but the character's name.
Poppy?
Bobby. Yeah.
Poppy, yeah.
Poppy. Yeah. Like she was good. She was a good opposite to Rob.
Yes. Well, and then also notice that the guy that was like the not the creator of the game, but I can't think of his real name now, but he was a priest in Always Sunny and then became homeless.
Oh yeah, Cricket. The guy that played Cricket.
The guy that played Cricket, yeah, is in there in it as well.
he's good at it.
So
Yeah.
it's a good show.
Well, and then the throwback that had the I'm so bad with names, but the dude from New Girl, the guy that plays Nick in New Girl was on the flashback when they're
I never watched
developing the
New
game.
Girl. Oh, well, they're developing a different game. It's actually giving you the history
Well,
of the
that's what I
building
meant.
they're
Yeah,
in.
that's what I meant.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that Caitlin Olsen is one that wrote that episode.
Probably.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
I may be wrong, but anyway. And Megan,
And she's
I
one though
noticed-
I never really got introduced to her until Always Sunny, and so
Yeah, I never did
anything
either,
that she's
yeah.
in, she's permanently Sweet D in my head. Like,
Yeah, well,
fucking bird.
You go back. So if you go back to Curb Your Enthusiasm, and she plays.
Right.
I can't think of any of their names now, but anyway,
Cheryl's sister.
She plays Cheryl's sister.
That Larry bangs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eventually, yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Spoiler alert.
have you got caught up on Always Sunny? I mean, not Always Sunny.
Yeah, I
have you got
finished
caught
it.
up on Curb?
Yeah.
Sorry, Curb. Yeah. It's the last season was great, especially with them people confusing Jeff Garland for Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Oh God.
Well, you want to take a break, dude?
Let me do one more thing while we're
Okay,
talking
that's
about
fine.
TV shows.
Yeah.
Afterlife. Have you
Yeah,
watched this
I
yet
haven't.
on Netflix?
I haven't watched it solely because it's supposed to be so amazing, and I'm tired of people talking about it. So I want to
See,
watch
I've
it.
never heard
after-
anyone else talk about it except me.
All I've heard is on Twitter is Afterlife for fucking forever. So I'm waiting till it dies down, and then I'm going to watch it.
You may not like it. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know because it's got an emotional component to it and a heartfelt component to it. I mean, obviously there are no adults getting boners with the kids in their laps. In it, so I mean, but I was talking to my son Matthew about it the other day because he really liked it as well. He and I sat down when season 1 came out roughly a year ago. We spotted it. I've always liked everything that Ricky Gervais. Every
Yes.
show he's ever done has been good.
Yeah, Ricky Gervais he's one of the few I would call fucking geniuses in the company. He's a fucking brilliant
Absolutely,
man.
yes. And so the extras that he did, the show extras, was great.
Right.
But that's the low end of
Yeah.
of his stuff.
Right.
But the show Derek that he did,
Yeah.
I thought was just going to be just a comedy where he plays a mentally retarded person. And it's not. It's got so much heart. It's insane. It's so good.
Yeah, it's a good show.
But Afterlife, if anyone hasn't watched Afterlife yet, especially if you like an emotional, heartfelt component to stuff, but you also like the asshole characters and things like that, I think you'll love Afterlife. But so Matthew and I were talking about season 2 because when season 1 ended, I watched it start to finish in one sitting twice. And I said, "This is so good. I hope they don't do season 2 because I don't know how you progress this story or even ever live up to, Community is so good, but it just continually gets better.
Right.
And that's how a show should be. Otherwise, why do you continue to do the show? Yeah. Well, they announced there's going to be a season 2 and I was disappointed. I thought it'll never live up to whatever. I watched the first episode of season 2 and I said, God damn it. It's almost as good as season 1. It's not quite as good, but I think it's because there's no surprise to it.
Right.
But it's so good. It is, and so Matthew kept saying, "Well, but Community's better," and I'm like,
It's
"You
a
can't."
different show.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't, but it's like if you know someone who's very good at drawing things, and then saying, "Yeah, but Picasso," it's not,
Right.
What I said to Matthew is like, Andy Warhol was a great artist. But he's not Da Vinci or Picasso or any of those. It's not. They're on two different planes. It's
Right.
not the same thing. And and Afterlife, the only word I've ever been able to think of to really engulf Afterlife is that it is beautiful.
Okay.
It is 100% beautiful. You don't give a shit, I can tell. But I know that some of the people that are listening will watch that show and will absolutely love that show.
I'm sure they will.
I love that show so much that I tweeted to Ricky Gervais about it.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't do that. Oh, I didn't expect to hear anything, but I needed to put, I felt somewhere inside me like I needed to put that towards him. And I'm not typically like that.
Yes, you are.
When you tell me any other time I've been that way.
I just said it for that reaction.
Tell me any other time I've been
just
that
for
way.
that reaction is why that
You don't
that
see
came
me
out of my mouth.
posting shit about rest in peace so-and-so when they die or anything like that.
I know.
But
I know.
Ricky Gervais needs to gloss over my tweet that says, this is beautiful.
Have you seen the Ricky Gervais? There's a couple of accounts. One that's been around for a long time is, I think the name of the account is calling Ricky Gervais pedo until he follows me.
No.
A pedo. And so every post Ricky Gervais ever makes, he just calls him a pedo.
Yeah.
And then so there's other accounts that have come out of this. That one of them is calling, what did he say? Calling the guy or calling Ricky Gervais. It's basically that guy's name a pedo, and it's
calling Ricky Gervais a pedo until he follows me, a pedo until he follows me.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's I enjoy that side of the interwebs because it's spurned this whole chain of like this one guy saying pedo, and then like 10 other people saying the same thing, but only replied to that one and the one that replied to the one after that.
Yeah.
I like how the world works that way.
Well, I just had to throw that out there because I've started watching the second season of Afterlife this week, and I've had to cut myself to at most one episode a day, but I've tried to go several days in between so that I don't run out of it because it's so good.
Okay.
So
Good job.
now we can go to break.
All right, I'm proud of you.
All right.
By the way,
Yep.
I have to say, I feel like that your current beard situation that I'm doing in
Yeah, it is
air
absolutely
quotes.
in quotes, yeah.
Right, but it's what I imagine your ball sack, your pubes look like. What's coming off, hanging there?
No, not quite.
Not that hairy, but just the general texture and
it's
salt,
absolutely
and saltiness.
I have a chin of pubes.
Right, it looks like you have a ball sack.
It's
chin
exactly
right now.
what it looks
Yeah.
like. So
like
I'm
1970s porn.
when I go
chin.
get a haircut next weekend because
You're gonna make her touch that.
yeah, I'm gonna get her to quote shape it.
Yeah,
So
I bet you are.
I just decided because I can go a long time without shaving and not need to shave.
Yeah, that's like months.
I haven't shaved in 2020 at all.
God damn, I shaved this morning.
Occasionally I get these crazy longer ones that stick out, and I just take the clippers and run around the
Wow.
contour of it and get those, but I haven't legitimately shaved in
That's amazing.
all
if I
of
hadn't shaved since
2020.
January, I would look like a fucking hobo.
I know, and I'm jealous. I'm extremely jealous.
Wow.
So I'm gonna just,
Like I knew you didn't grow a lot, but fuck, dude.
yeah, I'm telling you. I take about once or twice a week. I take a comb and just make sure that all those pubes aren't tangled up, and then and it gets crazy. It's like having a fro on my on my
See,
chin
I
and
trim
neck.
the upper lip,
So
just
I
so
do
I'm
that.
Not, I'm not nibbling on fucking curlers.
I do that, and then everything right under my nose
Right.
grows like straight out. So I have to keep that trimmed down a little closer than the rest. Otherwise, I just have these hairs just sticking straight out of my face, like
Wow.
like a '90s cartoon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna get her to trim it up a little bit and just kind of.
I'm telling you, man, this was
See if
after
I
the
can
COVID and having
go.
no appointments for a while. It'd been a great time to try out Saints and Sailors. Would have been.
After would have been, but I'm loyal. I like what she does.
Nah.
She does exactly what I want every time. I like that.
I'm sorry.
So,
Fuck off. I want to
Okay.
see this. You're about to finish this shit. I'm excited to watch the. Oh man, that's a lot. Oh god damn.
oh, that was so much better than sipping on it for the rest of the episode.
Was it? I
Whoa.
thought it was. So real quick, we have kind of, lack of a better word, partnered.
Yes,
I guess with a band called or
Hold
a
on.
band.
Save the best for last.
Okay. Because it's new, and I was excited about sharing it.
It is, and you can share it in just a second. But let's save that for last because it's, by any stretch of the word, the first legitimate like partner we've had on here. I don't count
Fuck you.
Anchor because
Fuck
we
you,
record.
Parker.
No, I'm just Parker did us a favor and created a T-shirt.
Which I
for
still
us.
want to order one of those just for me.
Yeah, and then we also, as a thanks to Parker, and that I like to support things like that. I mean, he is a good artist.
He's
when it comes
actually
to
a
that
fantastic
kind of stuff.
artist,
Yes.
yeah.
So we talk about Parker at Druid Clothing Co. I mean, he's got our T-shirt.
Right.
All kinds of, I think,
Which on our
Hunter has
website,
ordered
there's
a
actually a
couple of his
link
things. There's
directly to our
Yep.
stuff. Yeah.
Yep. And if you follow that link, you can get one of.
podcast.com.
Yep. If you follow that link, you can get one of our shirts, but that'll take you to that website. You can get any of his other stuff. But yeah, druidclothingco.com.
Yeah, Rule Your Kingdom is their slogan.
Support.
And he's a dude
Parker.
I wouldn't mind supporting. He's like I said, he's legitimately talented. He's not one of these fuckers that like pretends to be talented, but he just steals other people's shit. Like he's a legitimately talented guy. And I'm all for that.
And then you have Stitcher Premium.
Yep.
So
It's just more of an affiliate, I guess.
It is.
Or we're an affiliate of theirs, I guess.
Yeah, so Stitcher Premium.
It's like
Stitcher.com
$5 a month, $35 for the year.
Yep. $4.99 and $34.99. But if you use code B3F, you can get a month free.
Yep.
And if you all kinds of shit.
If you like I talk a lot of shit about it on here because I think it's stupid to pay for things you can get for free. But but they do have a lot of shit on there, and the whole archive thing with a lot of their more popular podcasts are
absolutely.
It is a good platform.
Yep.
But if you go to the website and it's B3F. Is our code.
Yeah. You have to go to the website to sign up for it, which is the one thing that's kind of like, well, I don't get that, but
right,
whatever. So now,
all right. So the most recent thing is we got hit up by these guys, and
they reached out to us.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's more of a social media promotion thing, but we're going to announce it on here just because it's beneficial if you don't. But it's called Phoenix Fit.
Yeah, FNX. Yep.
And they are a supplement and. I guess I should say wellness makers of different products, whey protein, recovery stuff like the BCAAs, different types of super greens, like all kinds of shit. They have recovery stuff, workout stuff, and I think us doing our weight loss stuff is what kind of put us
probably
the lines to do this. But right now, if you order from their website, you can get 15% off your order, and it's with promo code B3FPOD.
Yep. B the number 3 FPOD, not the band.
And you can enter and you can enter that in at checkout. But I ordered some of their BCAA recovery powder, and it's fucking delicious, and it's all vegan, cruelty free stuff. And I'm usually staunchly anti fucking vegan and cruelty free shit because it usually tastes like fucking asshole, like it legitimately does. But I had some of this; it's pretty fucking delicious. So I'm excited to start using it for a lot more of my working out stuff. So anyway, we're excited to be a part of them.
Yeah.
Like I said, 50% off. That's anytime you order. It's not like a one-time use code. You can always fucking get in on that shit.
And there's a link to the website that I'll put in the show notes for this.
And they'll be on our website as well.
Yep.
It hasn't been updated.
And if you use that link to go to it, I think it'll give you the discount as well. But if it doesn't, still B3F Pod.
But we're excited to be affiliated with them.
Absolutely.
Like I'm trying to get back on my workout regimen.
I'm trying to get back to eating right. I got vacation coming up in a month.
Yeah, I've been eating like shit. Oh my God. But like I said, it's like flavor wise, it's awesome. I can't attest to results yet, but I can say that like that it alone sets it above and beyond a lot of the shit I've tried from GNC, from a lot of other places. So I plan on using them a good bit. So I'll report back on
and if you like the vegan and cruelty free, like you're saying,
it's a great thing to support.
But also then,
and they are a startup. They're a younger company, and they got a lot to offer. Their website, like, I hate. One of my biggest pet peeves is when a company has a shit website. Yeah, and their website's really fucking good.
Yeah. So speaking of vegan and cruelty free stuff, Anchors Away, the hair products from Ben. Yeah, a lot of their stuff is vegan as well.
Oh, dude. Okay, so on that, I ordered some on my own time. Ordered some of their shampoo. Yep. Which I'm blanking out.
I used their beard balm today.
Right. Yeah. And those are the samples he gave us. I actually ordered some of their shampoo off, which is different than the stuff they carry in the Saints and Sailors barbershop. And it's fucking fantastic.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it smells great. It like gets a little tingle in there, but it's fucking rad. Like I would highly recommend trying their shampoo. You don't wash your hair, but you know, if for normal people out there that do wash their hair, it's good shit. Like I like to scrub it in and pretend like it's actually been scrubbing my head for me. because he was a beautiful tattooed god sent from heaven.
Oh yeah, I showed so.
And Don's like a fucking punk rock beefcake. Like I would do tequila shots off of Don's stomach.
So I was talking to Gabe and his girlfriend and my kids and my wife about when they were on, because we all went out to dinner to meet Gabe's girlfriend for the first time right after they'd come on.
Right.
And my wife was asking me about, well, you know, were they nice guys, whatever. Like, yeah, great, a couple of great guys.
Other than fucking shitting in their pants the whole goddamn episode.
That, like, I could hang out with those two guys. Like, if I were going to have a poker night or something, I wouldn't think twice about inviting them to come over. And I said, but Ben is Olivia's type.
Yeah. Oh,
tall,
absolutely.
Tall, skinny, white guy.
Yeah.
And so Olivia says, I need to see him, and I'll be the judge of if he's my type. And so I find his, I can't remember if it was Facebook or Instagram, but she found him like that on Instagram, like to find him. And I show the picture. She's like, okay, yeah, he's my type.
So if, just in case Ben happens to be listening, if your current relationship ever falls apart and you want to date a 19-year-old.
Yeah, she'll be 19 at the end of the month.
Yeah, you got your inroads there, buddy.
She's smart. She's talented.
She's a bitch in a good way.
Yeah, she definitely stands her ground. She's quick-witted. So if
she's you with a vagina.
If you get your feelings hurt easy, she's not a friend or girlfriend for you. If you get your feelings hurt easy. But yeah, Ben was definitely her type, because I was explaining him. She was like, "I'll be the judge." I said, "Well, he's tall, skinny, white guy, you know, into music." Grew up in church and traveling around and stuff like that, but and she was like, "Oh, well, maybe he is." And like covered in tattoos. She's like, "I'm listening."
Right.
So anyway,
that guy,
and then I said, "Now he's got a long-term girlfriend now," and she's like, "Why would you do that to me? Why would you bring this guy?" I was like, "Well, first off, he's a little old for you. He's a little too old for you."
Says you?
Yeah, says me. Yeah, I'm the only opinion that matters on that.
Okay.
Yes, says me.
That's
I'm
hilarious.
the only opinion that matters.
Wow.
So.
Anyway, that got super tangented.
It did.
Tangented?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
But so I was having this thought earlier this week.
Oh God.
So
how long is this going to take?
I don't know. But I got a feeling when I say this that you will go off, like not from an anger perspective, but you'll just continue to talk about it.
Okay.
Possibly.
Let's see. Challenge accepted. No, I'm not going to, just to spite you.
I don't care. So you know all these videos supposedly that were released this week by the Pentagon or whatever of UFOs spotted on.
Well, they're released by the Navy a while ago, but they just officially
they're not new. Like
the Pentagon.
Everything I saw I had seen before.
Yeah,
and you thought supposedly now they're declassified.
And people said that nothing good could come out of Blink 182.
Well, thank you, COVID, because the government's trying to take our mind off of this.
Right. 5G towers.
So I don't know how I got to this point, but I got to this point of, let's just say, aliens come down.
Okay.
From the heavens.
After kids sitting in their lap?
Yeah, no. And whoever, the president, whatever, somebody is like, there's a press conference and there's an alien there. Because we all think of aliens as they're going to be a completely advanced, far more advanced than we are. Yeah. Maybe they're not, though.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, maybe they're not. Maybe they live in caves.
How the fuck do they build the pyramids if they're not advanced?
Slavery.
Get shit done.
Yeah. So what if they're not? What if they just lived in caves on the moon that we hadn't found these caves yet, and they're just, what if they're rednecks? What if they're redneck aliens? I'm just saying, what if they are?
Right.
But anyway, so let's just say that they are advanced. All right. And we think of aliens as the ray guns and they'll disintegrate you and all this crazy shit. You know,
pew, pew, pew.
Yeah, exactly. That makes me think of Community every time I hear pew, pew, pew. That and a meme I saw one time that I always post on Martin Luther King Day. And it's Martin just says pew, pew, pew.
Pew, yeah.
Anyway, let's just say there's a press conference there, and a military general is standing there, and they're talking. You know, Trump is talking about this alien. It's a fantastic alien. Their technology is just great. It's amazing. What if a general just pulls a gun out and just like, pow? I mean, just shoots. What happens? Does it harm the alien? Or does it just deflect off? I mean, if they're so far advanced, do they have some kind of shield that we don't see? And the bullet just bounces off? Does it hit them and it heals? Or did that general just kill the first alien we ever saw?
Right. I just...
It's just some thoughts that I was having this week and thinking about what if this, you know...
When I saw that, all I thought was, we're getting closer to disclosure, motherfuckers.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And Trump is the guy that would disclose some shit if it meant he would win the election.
That's true.
Assuming that he wants to win the election. He seems to want to win it, but...
And I'm hard trying not to tangent off of this. But...
we had talked about doing an episode about aliens, and that's fine.
This is not that time.
You're right.
This is not that
That's
time.
fine.
But there has been operations in place for fucking decades for monitoring this
Miller
shit.
High Life. When you want to get the taste of Ouzo's Greek jizz out of your mouth.
Is it working?
It is. I don't taste the Ouzo anymore.
I want a little bit.
You're not going to like it because you don't like beer.
It's better than the Ouzo.
It's way better than Ouzo.
If you gave me the choice,
A 12-pack of bottles is $10. That tells you how good Miller High Life is.
If you said, Steven, you have the choice of drinking one more glass of Ouzo or drinking a 6-pack of Miller Lite, you know what I would choose?
Miller High Life.
Or High Life.
Yeah.
I would choose a Miller High
The
Life.
champagne of beers.
It is the champagne of beers.
Yeah. So what if I said one shot of Ouzo or 6-pack?
Oh, I'd do the shot.
Would you?
Yeah, I do the shot.
Okay.
But if it's a glass, because traditionally, like a glass would be a shot.
Traditionally.
But the way we pour,
we do not.
Yeah, we do not
pour
abide.
heavy-handed.
We do,
which is why I put the bottle behind me so I could see if you ever went for it.
Which I know consistently we don't have a lot of feedback, but I do wish that people that listen, if they have suggestions for alcohol that we haven't tried on here, especially if they're in other cultures, other countries, and they have something that says, "Hey, this is something you need to try."
Because Christian said absolute.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I mean, we'll drink it at some point just because.
I loved Christian. Like, I loved having him on, loved talking to him. But when he said that shit, I had to bite my goddamn tongue. It's like, what kind of gay-ass shit?
But according to him, that's just Swedish people are going to be drinking Absolute more than anything.
But is Absolute a Swedish alcohol?
I think it is.
Is it?
I don't know.
I'm going to Google that right now.
Otherwise, why would he say it? Because we asked for a Swedish alcohol.
Because he's neutral.
Oh, Christian, if you're listening to this and you don't get us an interview with the hockey player that lives 100 meters from you.
Oh, shit.
Told you.
Absolute Vodka is a brand of vodka produced in southern Sweden.
There you go.
I apologize profusely. So, yeah, I've never had Absolute. Believe it or not, I've never had Absolute Vodka. Of any
I'm
kind.
Sure I have.
Well,
I'm
take
not a
that
vodka
back.
person.
I've had their cotton candy vodka.
Oh, that doesn't count.
No, it doesn't count. So I apologize. To Christian.
I thought that's what we would end up drinking tonight. It was Absolute.
Yeah.
And had I had a chance to go to Total Wine, I would have bought a small bottle of
shoulda,
Absolute.
woulda, coulda, bitch.
Yeah, I didn't. I wish I would have. Because what I've been doing is going on my way home from work on Fridays, swinging by Total Wine, buying whatever we're going to drink.
You know what we need to do with that is when we have somebody on, tell them we're drinking vodka. Do not put it over ice so it doesn't change colors. Give them that shit neat, and both of us drink vodka.
Ugh.
Who do we hate? Hunter. When the fucking Hunter comes on.
Okay.
Which, by the way,
listens,
he says he listens. I want to do a test. I was thinking about this being on break. So right now, Hunter, you suck children's dicks, and you're a fucking douche hole that likes to take fucking dildos in your asshole. I want him to reply to that on Twitter. If he doesn't, we know he's lying.
Well, maybe.
I could have just said, "Hey, Hunter, tweet us on Twitter." But, fuck Hunter.
Yeah. Hunter, if you actually listen to this and you want to prove it, tweet us, hashtag, I like children's dicks.
So that's all we ask. That's all. He had texted, weirdly enough, he texted me the other day. He was like, "Dude, my Twitter account got hacked." I'm like, I noticed
that he changed his Twitter name to his actual name instead of Lost 4 Wards.
He had to open a new one. It got hacked. But I'm like, why? I don't care. It's like, well, my
Right.
Twitter account got hacked. Like, because
Just change your password to your Twitter account.
he said he couldn't. He got locked out entirely.
That means he didn't remember his password.
Right. But what I wonder is like, why would he think that I would care? Like, do you think I follow your Twitter
Right.
account daily looking for the most
Right.
recent Hunter tweets?
Yeah.
Fuck him.
If your tweets come up in my timeline, I see them. If I chuckle, I will like them.
Right. That's it. That's as far as it goes.
My sister sent me something the other day, and I texted her back, LOL. And she said, I don't think you really LOL'd.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, I don't. She was just joking around
Right.
with me. But I said, I don't throw LOL around just haphazardly. If I laugh out loud, I will text you back LOL.
But
And
see,
I don't
can gauge it,
guffaw.
But I've known you well enough, though. I can tell most of the time your mood or how funny you thought of something by the way you reply to what I sent you.
You think you can.
I'm pretty sure I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tell my mood, but you can't tell if I actually responded the way
Well, not your physical response, but a general opinion of what I sent.
I got you.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Because if they're really good, I get the long ha 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 ha's.
well, see, but
As
here's
opposed
the
to just
thing
the
about that
LOLs.
is it's really not that long for me because as soon as I start typing ha ha ha, it automatically gives me that.
I gotcha.
So
I gotcha. I gotcha.
So sometimes my mood is perfectly fine, but I'm busy.
You're always in a shit mood.
No.
Yes.
Never. Never always in a shit mood. I'm not gonna say never in a shit mood. Never always in a shit mood.
Never always. Always never.
So really, you have nothing to say about someone shooting an alien.
No, I don't care. I think
what do you
it'd be awesome.
But what do you think would happen? Clearly, we don't know, but what do you think would happen?
I don't think about it.
You think about aliens more than the average person in the South.
Do I?
Yes, you do.
Okay. I might.
I think we both probably do, but you more than me.
Because I know. But
Oh, you know. Okay.
No, I don't know. Like I think I could see both sides. Like at some point it would be fucking chaos. As far as if they have a shield or not, I don't fucking know. That's if they don't have one up, then that's bad on them because we got a lot of guns here.
Yeah.
But I could like, at one point it'd be like, I don't know. It would be kind of awesome to see somebody just out of fear pull out and fucking shoot a goddamn alien in the head, like, right on live TV.
I don't.
Like, oh
know.
shit! Biden was pissed.
See, my thing is not that it was out of fear. My thought is, okay, so I envision Jordan doing this.
Okay.
Jordan sitting there, he's having a thought.
Michael.
Yeah, Michael.
LeBron.
Sure.
LeBron Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the players of bouncy ball.
No, our friend Jordan.
Oh.
Yeah. I imagine, let's just say he's a U.S. general. Now, what I'm going to lay out for you.
An attorney general?
Yes.
Okay.
The surgeon general.
A surgeon general.
What I'm going to lay out for you, tell me this doesn't sound like him.
Okay.
All right. So he's in the Secret Service or he's a general or whatever. For whatever reason, he's there at the press conference on the stage. Maybe he's off to the side or whatever when whoever the president is introduces this first alien that we've ever actually seen.
Okay. Glip Glop. Who is Glip Glop?
Oh God, Gluty, and wasn't that the guy, the one that wanted to make an app on Rick and Morty? Hey, by the way, new Rick and Morty tomorrow.
Yes. Yes.
If they haven't been lying to us.
Yeah, we'll see.
Fuck Dan Harmon, I swear to God. This is just a long
to
con
tangent off
from-
of that, it looks like the fucking Community movie is
Yeah,
it's moving forward.
I'm scared.
For your response, you get 2 goddamn meow meow beans.
Oh God.
All right. So
all right.
lay it out for me there,
All right.
big boy.
They're on stage.
Mm-hmm.
The first time that we're actually seeing an alien.
Okay.
And he's standing there and he's like, they're so much more advanced, then this shouldn't hurt them. Pow! Just
Okay.
pulls the trigger. Now, here's where I get that thought from.
Okay.
New Year's Eve, 1999, going into 2000.
Y2K.
Right. Everything was supposed to shut down at midnight, right? Remember? Everything was going to shut down.
Right.
And there are still people I hear say, yeah, if people hadn't worked their asses off to get the systems back the way they would, we would have shut down. Okay, maybe. I doubt it.
No.
Regardless. Midnight hits. At this time in our lives, we're all at a church function. Okay?
Yeah.
But midnight hits. They announce it from the stage without saying a word.
Yeah.
Jordan gets up and walks out of the sanctuary. I don't know where he's going, but I don't say anything. 5 minutes later, 10 minutes maybe, he comes back and sits down and he leans over and he goes, nothing happened. He went outside to check and see if like traffic lights and street lights and everything, just if it was just pandemonium in the streets, that cars didn't work anymore, whatever, because of Y2K.
That's
like,
awesome.
Nothing happened. There's nothing to worry about. So I mean, that's what I think. And that's what I think Jordan would on stage go, if they're so much more advanced, this shouldn't hurt them.
Yeah.
Pow.
Okay.
That's my thought. Now tell me that that's not a thought he would have.
No, it is. For sure.
And probably would do it.
Possibly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you have no thoughts of whether something like that would, no thoughts about that whatsoever, or you just not want to do it because you're just trying to stick with the whole I'm not going to talk about this.
It's neither. Like, it's not even an area of thought that's ever crossed my mind. Like, what would happen if the fucking first alien was assassinated on live TV? I could see it. I mean, you'd have some people riled up, but I think a lot of people, like in the South, where we are like, well, goddamn right, you don't.
They just killed Jesus.
No, they wouldn't be like that. They'd be like, no, that thing wasn't created in God's image. It don't deserve to fucking live. That was a he just did us a favor and he killed the goddamn Antichrist.
Right.
Because he was just here to
illegal alien,
kill, and destroy.
That's right.
Oh, there'd be T-shirts. Ain't no illegal aliens here. And they would take it as some type of metaphor to go fucking kill Mexicans. Like that's the goddamn thing that would happen in the South.
Yeah.
It's like we ain't stand. Trump don't stand for no aliens from space. We ain't standing for no aliens from the south of us. They ain't coming from the north of us. They don't need to be coming from the south of us because space is the north.
Right. Yeah. If you look on a map, north points up.
Right. Yeah.
Oh God. So I got a couple of news stories here. I was gonna.
Oh yeah.
Thought I might go over.
Okay. Hey.
Look at you! Look at you looking at the paper really quick and knowing where that's at. I don't even remember this first one.
I am just now starting to enjoy this podcast episode.
Are you?
Oh yeah, just now.
I mean, how did you enjoy it having to drink this?
Well, the first 45 minutes was one fucking story of how your week was. So,
what?
now that we're past that, we could talk about something else.
So, if I'm remembering correctly, this first article, if it'll pull up, Jesus Christ, you're the one playing the corny drops now. So, this is just
I'm doing it ironically.
Stupid. Lighthearted, but this is just stupid things that I wanted to run by you. I saw the other day, and a couple of them made me laugh. But anyway, 28 things basically everyone has experienced but never ever talks about.
Oh my God!
From BuzzFeed,
I guarantee you we've talked about it.
Probably. The first one says the attempt to sync. So they're basically screenshots of someone's tweet.
Okay.
The attempt to sync up. You ever lay next to someone and try to breathe like them and almost die? Yeah, I've done that before. So you're laying in bed with your wife.
Right.
You're not talking or whatever. Maybe she's asleep, whatever, and you try to match your breathing with hers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it's talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just meant like if you're facing each other and you keep inhaling their shit breath, and so you have to match the breathing so you're exhaling at the same time.
All right. The underwear overpack. Okay. Does anyone else pack underwear for a trip like they're planning on shitting themselves twice every day that they're gone?
Absolutely.
Yes, I do.
But I will pack fewer of other things. Like I'll take 2 T-shirts to make room for 20 pairs of underwear.
I will do as well. I overpack underwear because I sweat profusely from the waist down.
And we both have shit ourselves.
Yes, but I sweat profusely from the waist down.
Right.
Like if I start to get hot, my ass is sweating, balls are sweating. It's insane. Anyway,
when you travel, I know you don't use them at home because of septic reasons. Do you take flushable wipes with you? Why wouldn't you?
Because I'm a man.
That makes no sense. Wouldn't you rather be a man with a clean asshole than a fucking dirty ass, disgusting asshole?
Being a man means you don't have to have a clean asshole.
Fair enough.
Clean assholes are for women and children.
See, I have a clean asshole for me, not for you.
Do you?
Not for anyone else. For me.
Well, I know you don't have one for me. So
it's because you like it dirty.
That's it.
All right.
Au natural.
Okay.
Caveman style.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3, the time warp. Do you ever drive like a solid 5 minutes while thinking about something incredibly random and stupid, and then you're like, were any of those lights I passed green? How the fuck did I get here?
Nice. See, how is this things that people never talk about? I feel like people talk about this kind of shit all the time.
I don't know.
Because it's BuzzFeed.
Yeah, something like that.
Continue.
Immediate amnesia. One of my biggest faults is that when I ask someone their name, I forget to listen to what their name is.
Oh, dude, that's every bit of my life.
I am terrible with names.
Yeah.
I'm great with remembering faces, but terrible with names.
See, I've gotten to where I'm at the point in my life now where I don't even try to remember names because I'm not going to. And so I used to try to make an effort in hopes that I might, like, they have the whole tricks of you repeat their name 3 times after you hear them, whatever the case may be.
Sure. Well, you
And
just
it
sound
works,
like an
so-
idiot saying somebody's name over and over
Right.
again.
Well, I mean, suppose you said it in your own head, whatever the fuck may be. But still, I get to where I don't even try. I just go with dude, man, hey, bro, whatever the fucking case may be. Like, there are people that I have worked with for a couple weeks at a time that I still don't know what their name is. And I'm okay
You don't
with
give them like nicknames like from Community, like Fat Neil and Brown Jamie Lee Curtis and stuff like that.
No, they don't mean enough to me for
I gotcha.
nicknames.
Number 5, the attempt to stay sleepy. So this has a picture associated with it, so I don't know how we're going to do this, but
Whatever.
when you wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and you try to stay sleepy while you're going to the bathroom, do you do
Okay.
that?
No.
I don't get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. It does not matter how bad I've got to go. I've got to be nearly shitting myself to have to go to the bathroom.
The only time I
will
get up-
chance pissing the bed to keep from getting out of bed.
The only time I will get up to piss, or that I will piss at night, is if my dog wakes me up and she has to go out or some shit. In which case, I'll pee while I'm up. But
You know, piss outside off your porch while the dog's going.
oh yeah,
Oh,
but I mean
okay.
that's still pissing. It's still
Sure,
getting
I
up to go to
gotcha.
the bathroom.
Okay. You ever realize how long you never realize how long a minute is until you're exercising?
Okay.
You're reacting exactly how I thought you would react. And it makes this even better for me
So
because you're not enjoying it.
it's not that I'm not enjoying it. It reinforces how stupid I think so many. The fact that this, I mean, we're reading on our goddamn podcast.
It's BuzzFeed.
But I know, but the fact that this is an article, God knows how many reads this thing has, and there's somebody reading this going, "Huh, I know, that's me. That's totally me." That just makes me sad for the world we live in.
Yeah, it doesn't say how many reads this has, but anyway. The song struggle. If you had 6 minutes left to live, what's the last song you'd listen to? And somebody replied, I'd spend the whole 6 minutes trying to pick a song. That's me. I'd play about 10 or 15 seconds of a song, and then I'd see another one and go, oh, yeah, this is a good one, and then pick that one as well. I'm bad about that.
I have my death song picked out,
What's that?
along with, it happens to be the same song that I've picked out that if I ever fucking lose my shit and go on a murder spree, it's the song that's going to be in my fucking headphones while I'm pulling the trigger.
What?
Oh, I'm not telling you on the podcast.
Why?
I don't know. That's NGWK's Get Ready to Die.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
The awkward walk. Why is it so awkward walking back after you bowl in bowling?
Okay. It all depends on how well you threw the ball.
Sure.
Yeah.
3 glorious minutes. If I wake up at 8:27 and my alarm was set for 8:30, you can bet 100% I'm gonna close my eyes and go back to sleep for those 3 minutes. You don't do that? You just go ahead and get up?
No, if I hit snooze, I have to put the phone on the other side of the room for me, or at least
Absolutely.
or a way where I at least have to get up to turn it off.
I
'Cause if
sleep down here now
Really?
for that reason.
Yeah, because if I don't, and I hit I'll hit snooze and never remember hitting snooze.
Absolutely.
Like, I won't get
100%.
Yeah.
I have 3 or 4 alarms set just in case.
Well, it's because we're fucking grown ups and we go to work.
Well, I guess so, but my wife, before coronavirus, went to work, and the alarm goes off, or she wakes up right before the alarm goes off.
Well, what I'm saying is, yeah, people like that. But I'm saying that we know that we have a hard time waking up with alarms, so we take precautions to ensure that we get up to be there.
The problem is it bothers everyone else in my house. My daughter's a very light sleeper. Her room is next to ours, or if I'm in the living room, which is what I was doing before I slept down here, she can hear every bit of it. When I get up in the morning with the dogs and feed the dogs stuff, it wakes her up.
Okay.
She goes back to sleep right afterwards, but still it wakes her up.
Okay.
So I've started sleeping down here now because I plug my phone up and set it over here on the table so that I have to get up off of that couch and come and turn the alarm off.
All right.
I have still fallen back asleep, getting up and turning the alarm, and then sit down on the couch and go, oh, God, I got to get up, and I'm out.
Like when I'm on the road, I set 3 alarms, and I set them all 5 minutes apart.
I set mine 10 or 15 apart.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what ends up happening is they all end up syncing up. I've hit snooze enough that they're all going off like one right after the other. So anyway,
Yeah.
So this one has a picture associated with it. It's just me home alone, blasting my music on full volume, but stopping it every 5 seconds because I think I hear a noise.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You ever get a sharp stabbing pain in one of your organs and you think, oh, fuck, it's finally happening?
Every day.
Yeah. Somebody said at work, if you're having, like, because of coronavirus, if you're feeling the aches and pains like the flu or whatever, then you shouldn't come to work. Like, fuck, I would never come to work.
Well, like I made the joke when we first started. Like the symptoms of the coronavirus is shit that I've had every day for the past fucking 20 years.
So when they ask us questions when we walk into work now, you have to have your temperature taken, and they ask you 3 or 4 or 5 questions.
Right.
Have you had a fever lately in the last 7 days or something like that? Have you been exposed to anyone with that tested positive for coronavirus?
Right.
If you had respiratory distress recently and something else, and I say, have you had a fever in the last 7 days? Well, no. But have you been exposed to anyone with coronavirus? And I say, I don't know.
Yeah, me. Every week on this podcast.
Yeah. And whatever the other one was, I said, I don't know, like, respiratory distress. Like, no more than normal.
Right.
I mean, it just is what it is. Yeah. I mean, so I don't
like I have chest pains of some kind like once a week.
Absolutely. I sleep wrong and I wake up going, fuck, I'm having a heart attack.
Well, have you ever just been sitting somewhere and it feels like you get like a fucking cramp in your chest? And you're just like, what the fuck is this? Like, well, goddamn.
I guess it's going to be a heart attack. Yeah.
Well, okay, so I don't think the last time that, it's been a while. I can't remember. Anyway, they did heart checks and they did all the fucking echocardiogram, all that shit. Anyway, they're like, you have scar tissue on your heart. I'm like, really?
You've been having some small heart attacks?
Yes.
That's what they said, or
that's what they thought. They said it looks like you've had some like minor heart attacks in the past. I'm like, well, fuck. That's
it wouldn't surprise me if either of us had heart attacks before.
No,
it wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, I've had a couple times in my life. I can distinctly remember like my chest hurting so bad that like it took me to a knee, and then like after like maybe half an hour, it's like, okay, it's better. I'm good now.
Or like you're sitting on the couch and you go to move or whatever, you're like, guess I'm staying here. I guess I'm just not moving right now.
I mean, a couple times distinctly that it comes down the arm, and you're like, oh goddamn, this sucks.
Yes,
But
I bet we didn't have heart attacks, though. I think we just would like to think that we had a heart attack.
Maybe. All I'm saying is I have scarring on my heart, and I've been told that by a doctor, which is
because it's been broken twice.
No. The only person that's broken my heart in this world has been Jesus.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
That priest didn't?
No, he just broke the seal.
Oh, okay. Oh, God. Do you ever...
Go ahead. No, continue.
Do you ever forget to hide your expressions for a minute, and then you're like, whoa, I did not mean to make that face out loud?
Nope.
You've never done that before?
No.
I've questioned whether I've done it before.
Yeah, I'm fine. Whatever happens here is what happens.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying, like, I've questioned before going like, ooh, did I do that face, like, actually, or was that just in my head?
Okay.
So, anyway. Do you ever zone out, but you're aware that you zoned out, but you're too lazy to zone back in?
Every day on this podcast. Every time we record.
You ever hit a pothole so hard you apologize to your car?
No, but I've hit a pothole so hard on my motorcycle, it felt like it knocked my taint to the back of my teeth. Oh, fuck me.
Jesus Christ.
That was bad.
That's gonna cost me $50 in alignment.
Yeah. It's always like in the back though. I'm like, oh, like this through like when I get off this bike, my fucking back is done. Like, don't move until you get home.
Or your one wheel.
Fuck you.
When medication says do not operate heavy machinery, they're probably mainly referring to cars, but my mind always goes to forklift.
That's fairly accurate.
Yes.
Or dump trucks.
Let's see here. The life-changing move. Okay, but how fucking tight was it rearranging your room when you were younger and it feeling like a different space? And you'd show your parents and they'd be like, wow, very nice. And you'd be like, fuck, yes, new room, new me. I never rearranged my room growing up.
No,
my parents rearranged it, but I never rearranged it.
I remember, though, I'd be pissed if I came home and all my shit was different in my room. Like, what the fuck, guys? I mean, obviously I didn't cuss then, but still, like, in my brain. I was like, why is this moved? I liked it how it was.
Yeah, breakups are rough, but have you ever played a card you thought was hilarious in Cards Against Humanity and no one laughed?
That's every joke I tell.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing. Okay, I just thought of something. Like you and I, the one reason that I love you so much and our relationship is so good is because both of us will swing for the fences.
Absolutely.
For a joke. And if it falls flat, we will double down on that fucking joke. Because the joke flopped, but the awkwardness we can cause with that flop of a joke is priceless.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will both double down on a shit joke just because.
So we do stupid jokes in the morning in our morning meetings that all the guys have, the startup meeting. And at the end of the meeting, there's like, it's on the screen, like joke of the day brought to you by, and it's never know who it is. Somebody's name's up there and you have to read the joke. So I had one the other day and it was sometimes I love a stupid joke. Like, what was it Jude said that time? What did the blanket say when it fell off the bed? Oh, sheet.
Right.
That's enjoyable. That's fine. But this one what's the difference between like apathy and ignorance and apathy or something like that? As I don't know and I don't care or something. I didn't care for that. But I saw one the other day that kind of made me chuckle a little, and it was my new. You're laughing at something.
Don has allergies.
This is. Well, hold on. I gotta read this, and I need you to send me this photo. This says, "Sorry, dude. This is me right now. The yard work destroyed my allergies today, and I've been worthless. We will aim for next week."
Yep. That photo is fucking gold.
Yeah, tell them we're releasing that photo.
It's Large Marge off of Pee Wee's Big
Oh my God, it is. It's Large Marge off of Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Tell them Large Marge sent ya.
Oh God,
I don't even
Don.
care what you were saying before this point.
Oh my God. I said I saw a joke the other day. I was just scrolling through something and I saw this joke and it kind of made me chuckle a little bit. It said, "My new thesaurus is so terrible, it's also terrible." And it kind of made, because it's so stupid.
I like that.
Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. The spiritual bus home. When you ask how much something is and it's expensive, you pretend you're interested even though spiritually you're already on the bus home. I've done that before. I've asked about something thinking, "Oh, I might get that." And then they tell me and it's just an unreasonable amount of money. And then I think, and then I say something like, "Oh yeah, that's not Large Marge." And I say, "Oh yeah, no, that's a pretty good price." And then after a second you're like, but I've kind of got something like that already. just so I don't sound cheap.
Yep.
But I am. The Microsoft Word calamity. Using Microsoft Word, you move an image 1 millimeter to the left. All the text and images shift, and 4 new pages appear. New pages appear. Okay. Yeah. Do you ever get pre-annoyed, like you already know someone is about to piss you the hell off? Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's essentially whenever, like, let me tell you what happened with my week. I'm just like, God damn it.
Oh, the online walk of shame. The worst part about online shopping is having to get up and go get your debit card or credit card.
Apple Pay. PayPal. There's no reason to ever have to get up and go get your credit card.
Do you ever breathe quieter while you're walking up a hill so bystanders don't hear you fighting for your life? Oh, God.
How many of these are there?
I think that there's a few more.
God damn it. I'm exhausted from not caring.
In your room in the dark at 3 a.m. trying to figure out whether that's your jacket or a headless man standing very still.
Not since I was fucking 11.
Oh. If you drive past horses and don't say horses, you're a psychopath. I saw something somebody posted one time. It's like, if your dog stretches and you don't say, "Oh, big stretch," you're insane.
Okay.
Which is ridiculous, but whatever.
I've already checked 2 boxes.
Yeah. Does anyone else ever pull their phone out to check the time, but then have to do it again because they forgot to actually look at the clock?
Yeah.
The golden ticket is when you find the milk carton at the grocery store that expires 1 day after every other milk carton in the grocery store. I will grab that milk carton.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten chunky milk accidentally and not noticed till after you took a drink?
No.
Oh.
Because I don't drink my milk from the carton most of the time.
Oh, okay.
If I drink milk, it's because I'm eating cookies and I pour it in a glass.
Okay, so here's the thing. So one time I was traveling, and this happened to me one time, and I always like the chocolate, like the purity chocolate milks, like the little, you can take the top off and drink them around. Right. And usually I would always check expiration. I didn't. I was like, it's chocolate milk. It's here. It's cold. Whatever. I took it. I took a drink of that shit, and it was chunky. Fucking chunky ass chocolate milk. Chunky. That's the better way to put it. Oh, dude, it was so bad. I couldn't drink chocolate milk or dairy products for a fucking long time after that shit. It was bad. So now I won't buy it, and I even now, even if I know it's a brand new gallon of milk, I'll take the top off of it and smell it first before I pour anything.
I turned around last night and saw my daughter grab the milk jug out of the refrigerator and she turned it up and was drinking straight out of the jug as I turned around, and she just kind of looked at me and I said, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I said, no one drinks that milk but me and you, and I don't care. And she said, yeah, I know. And she said, Matthew got mad at me for doing this the other day, and he doesn't even live here anymore. All right, this is the last one. I'm going to skip one. This is the last one. Sometimes I get really concerned about things very suddenly. Like I'll be chilling and all of a sudden be like, oh shit, where's my birth certificate?
That's once or twice.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway.
It was very invigorating.
U.S. intelligence believes that China hid the severity of the coronavirus pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So how do you feel about the people saying we shouldn't be blaming this on China or saying this originated in China or anything like that? I heard Joel McHale say that it was problematic saying that it was the Wuhan coronavirus or Chinese coronavirus or whatever.
Right.
And I lost just a small amount of respect for him because he's pandering to that community, to the Hollywood, because he wants to work, and I get wanting to work, but at some point, fucking be Jeff Winger and give us all a good speech that gets us out of it. But
I don't care. I mean, I understand the problematic part. Like, there's so much. There's been a lot of racism and violence that have been thrown down on Asian Americans because of this shit. Like violent shit, and I've seen it all over Twitter and stuff too.
You've actually seen it happening? Or you've seen people talk about it?
I have seen people,
because I've yet to see any video of anyone Asian having something violent done to them because of this.
Okay, here's the thing. Violence-wise, I've only heard, so you can't confirm either way, but I've physically read fucking people being racist as a motherfucker over that shit on various Twitter feeds, news feeds, whatever the fucking case may be, in comment sections, as the internet does. But yeah, I mean, horrible shit towards fucking Asians. But I mean, so from that point, yeah. But the fact is, like, if it originated there, it originated there. I'm more interested in the conspiracy theories that go behind it that say it was a manufactured virus. It was released in China. Also, that the fact that, like, numbers of U.S. deaths prior to the coronavirus outbreak here spiked by like fucking like 10% or some shit, like some crazy things like that. Like, that interests me. I don't give a fuck where people say it's from. I don't care.
See, I don't consider it that problematic to say that it originated in China or call it the Wuhan coronavirus or whatever. I don't care if you do call it that or don't call it that. I don't care either way. I just think one of my thoughts is like, all right, if that's problematic, all right. So here's one of where people are going to think a problem with me is. Mm-hmm. This is where I would be called an old Republican. Is that I don't give a shit what anyone says. Mm-hmm. I care more about what they do than what they say. So if you're saying some horrible racist shit online, fine. If I see it, then I know who the assholes are, and I don't want to be around. I'm fine with that. If you're not doing anything, I mean, what's better? What if Hitler had only ever said the crazy shit but never did anything?
Right.
That's how you decide what's worse. And I've not seen any proof, video or even heard testimony of anyone saying that anything violent has been done to them because of this, Asians or otherwise. Mm-hmm. But is it not problematic? Does it not empower China a little bit to not hold them responsible for this?
Right.
I mean, they're going to do what they want to do for the most part anyway, but if they get away with it and it doesn't get kind of thrown back at them, a group like that, a government like that's going to continue to do crazy shit. They're all going to own us one day anyway. But
I think a lot of people, though, have a hard time differentiating between when you say China, Chinese people, or Chinese government.
I got you.
The average person does. Like when they say Chinese, they're thinking like a mass of fucking Asians on a continent all wanting to fucking do whatever. Or eating bats or whatever the fuck they think Chinese people do, as opposed to saying, hey, this is the Chinese government's direct representation of this. They need to be held accountable as opposed to the Chinese people. And there's a lot, but I mean, you say absolutely, but America as a country, we have this history of one issue, like fucking slapping down some shit, stereotype over an entire fucking nation of people or ethnicity and trying to kick them the fuck out of the country or do whatever the fuck it is. I mean, we had Japanese people in internment camps back in World War II because of they were Japanese Americans, or some weren't even Japanese, but because they were the colors of the people fucking that bombed us. And or like with the Mexicans in fuck, what year is that? I don't remember now, but anyways, there's like millions of Mexicans deported just because fucking whatever, half of them were legal.
Sure, but that's not what our government does anymore.
What
does our government do? Tell me something our government has done recently.
Well, it's the same thing under Obama, under Trump, or all that shit, with all the illegal immigration, all the internment camps or not internment camps, I'm sorry, the detainment facilities that they have. I mean, it's all the same shit. It's done in a much more
but those they're actually getting those people that are coming through and breaking the law. They're not just rounding every Hispanic person up in the country and putting him in those detainment facilities. Not any of them, really. They're not going out and rounding up most of those people and putting them.
You get an INS phone call.
In detainment facilities. For the most part, the people in those detainment facilities are people that have been caught coming across the border.
Okay, true. But
now I'm not it's sad that I got to say this. I'm not anti-immigration.
Right.
I do think that everyone should follow the correct path for it, though. And I'm not a fan of open borders.
Right. Well, the path that we have is fucking terrible. But outside of that, point being is because that is for people coming across the border, but that's also where they were sending people that are found out to be illegally here.
Sure.
And there's also been a push to put even kids that are been born here that were separated from their parents that are illegal, even though that there might be
a push for it, maybe, but have they actually started doing that widespread?
Okay. Not now. Historically, yes.
Yeah.
History repeats always repeats in one form or another. So I'm saying I understand the sensitivity behind it because of our history as a nation and our shitty treatment of anybody that's not white. And I'm not saying it's worth tiptoeing around or whatever, but I'm just saying I get certain people's perspectives. I'm not talking about Hollywood's. I'm not talking about the liberals, but I'm saying I understand the certain perspective of saying we've done this on multiple occasions.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
With hundreds of years, or hundreds, but with years spanning between. Our government would do it again in a heartbeat if they could justify it and get the right public support behind it.
Yeah, I think that's a possibility of that for sure if that situation presented itself. But this is where my big problem is why does it have to be one way or the other?
It doesn't.
That's the thing. But in the at least the loud parts of society, it has to be one way or the other.
Right.
You have to completely just admonish China and all the Chinese people, or on the flip side of that, you don't mention it at all. I mean, like several months ago when all the shit was happening with the protesters in Hong Kong, and the NBA released their statement saying, if you're an NBA player, you are not allowed to speak out against what the Chinese government is doing to these protesters.
Right.
Because they're in bed with China. I mean, the Chinese people, fund so much of the NBA. They love the NBA apparel and all the teams and the players and whatever.
Conspiracy theory-wise, that's one thing that the coronavirus thing did is it shut down a lot of those protests.
Sure.
Right.
But my thing is why can you not call China out and hold the Chinese government responsible, but also not take it out? Why can't it be both? And that's my biggest thing is that we can have the best of both worlds. We really can.
No, we can't.
No, we can have it that way. But the loud minorities on both sides of that, the idiots on both sides of that is the problem. My thing is, another thing of mine is the reason it bothered me so much with Joel McHale is when I was listening to him, that wasn't even being talked about. He just needed to virtue signal that thing, and that's it. I'm so sick of the virtue signaling. I mean, I see regularly people bring shit up that no one's talking about just to get those gold stars for being pro whatever or anti whatever.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
But also, nothing that we do hinges on any of that shit.
What do you mean?
So, point being, it doesn't matter what your opinion is, and you can see it for both, but like, take the NBA, for example. Like, nothing that you do on either form of this, as far as your opinion, your stance, what you say, what you don't say, is going to affect your ability to live, like, within reason.
Oh, I agree with that.
Yeah. So, I'm saying, so it's easy for somebody in our position to say, oh, it's either one way or the other, but when you're in a situation that not picking one or the other is going to, like, taking a middle ground or taking the wrong thing is going to fucking tank your entire world.
Yeah, absolutely
then
not.
you go there around the heartbeat. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just the same as whoever wins the election this year is not going to affect your life. And if you say, yeah, but my mental stability will be way off depending on who's, then something's fucking wrong with you anyway.
Yeah. So my point being with that too, like, I'm
going to piss my pants in a minute.
That's fine.
Go ahead.
I'm here to see that.
Yeah.
But I guess what I'm saying is, like, so our opinion, it doesn't, unless you came out vocally like being a racist asshole at work, our opinion on this, so we can have whatever we want. But like, I can bet you, god damn, that was a nasty tasting fucking burp that just came out there. But if me being rich versus me being poor hinged on me signaling some virtues for some bitches, I'm going to be crying racism all over the place if it keeps me rich. I don't give a fuck.
Well, yeah, but if being quiet has the same effect as virtue signaling.
Oh, but you can get more rich by the virtue signaling.
I disagree
more
with
popularity.
I disagree that someone like Joel McHale's not going to get more rich by virtue signaling.
I don't know.
It's
relevancy.
I love Joe McHale, but he's reached this point where we know where his worth is.
Right.
And if he's just quiet about it, then he will continue to have that worth.
Yes and no. It depends on who's behind him, who's backing, who's wanting him to do what the fuck ever. There's a lot of layers to it that we only see the front side of it. Is my point.
I understand that, but I just there's plenty of people that aren't out there virtue signaling. There's plenty of people that aren't out there virtue signaling, and they're also not going against the things that are being signaled or however you want to put it. And they're still as successful as they were.
But yes, but it also depends what they're working their career. Like Joel McHale is now back in the public eye more than he's been in a very fucking long time in the amount that he is after the Tiger King shit.
Okay.
And
I'll give you that.
And with them pushing things with the Community movie, all this other stuff, like there are times if you watch when this shit happens with different people, like it's not an accident that this is when he was chosen to do that, because the people that are listening, it gives him more whatever the fuck it is.
Sure.
And so it's as much of a, I hate the word, not political is the right word, but
so how do you say, what's the excuse for the people that aren't doing one or the other that are as successful or more successful than they were?
Give me an example.
Jerry Seinfeld is just as popular as he ever was.
He doesn't have to. He's reached a level of fame in his lifetime that
but he never did any of that stuff and still reached that level of fame.
He didn't. You're absolutely right. But my point.
There's your example, though.
Okay, I'm talking about now.
The greatest TV show that ever came out on TV it's widely accepted by the majority.
And
of
I'm
the
saying
people.
it has to be done, but everybody plays like. How many people are as talented as Jerry fucking Seinfeld, though?
I don't know.
He doesn't have to. Is my point.
Yeah, but before he made it to this point, he still didn't do it.
He didn't have to. Then is my
Larry
point.
David.
Right. You're picking people that are so ungodly talented in what they did that the success was happening just because of their skill set and because
Joe
of what they
Rogan.
did. Okay, Joe Rogan's political as fuck.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Joe Rogan is so middle ground, man.
He is. But like, if you ever watch any of his old stand-up specials, like he's very outspoken on the shit he stands for. Not necessarily political in regards to.
Tell me anything he's virtue signaled.
I'm not talking about virtue signaling.
But that's what we were talking about, though. So I'm saying, like, he didn't have to do any of that to get to the pop. He could very well be the most popular.
By
podcast
virtue
out
signaling,
there.
I meant specifically more of using some event to draw attention to yourself to get, more in the public eye. And Joe Rogan's done plenty of that shit, just with running his mouth. Like specifically, like when it comes to how he does interviews, or I'm talking about more of his stand-up specials. I can't throw quotes out at you, but like he was very political, talking about especially legalization of drugs. He's very outspoken for psychotropics, shit that's blatantly illegal that he speaks out for. Yeah, but it's not political with a party, but it is political.
That's social.
Yeah, which is political by nature.
Well, but that's not even this. It's not apples and apples, though. You're talking about.
There's no way to compare this apples to apples. Because the examples you gave me, I've never needed. They've never been in a position that they did that to try to draw attention to themselves because their shit stood on their own. You don't think
before Jerry Seinfeld had the show Seinfeld, he needed...
He might have spoken. What you know that exists? You didn't have the internet then. You didn't have
understand
this type
that,
of
but you do have a lot of that stuff. His Tonight Show appearances and things like that he did beforehand. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but you're also looking at things from a completely different societal standpoint from then to now.
Okay, people weren't outspoken about things.
They were, but the platforms were different, and the way that fame was accomplished.
Right, but even
different.
comparatively, it wasn't. It's not. He didn't do the same thing.
Okay.
I mean, like,
that's
even if you scale it back. No, I'm just saying. Even if you scale it down to whatever would have been, money is worth more at certain times. So I'm saying, like, if you scaled back what virtue signaling would have been back then compared to what it is now, he still didn't do any of that shit. He has successfully stayed apolitical.
Yeah.
Even almost a-religious, not anti-religion, but like just kept it for the most part.
Right.
Kept it all out of everything. I'm saying it can be done successfully.
It can be, but for the very rare few.
And when I say virtue, I'm not talking about someone that says that they don't like Trump. That's not what I'm talking about.
Right.
I mean, you can.
And again, I think we're approaching this from different angles. Like you're thinking specific. That's one thing I figured out with you and I. We look at shit. You are a very literal fucking person. You will split a hair, split a hair. Like you're not a conceptual thinker. You're a very literal thinker. I think of things more of a conceptual as a whole. Like when you say virtue splitting, you're thinking specifically one thing, and I'm talking about just using any event for the furthering.
I'm just talking about virtue signaling. I'm talking about that you feel the need to say something that no one is talking about in your current conversation, just so everyone knows that's the side you stand on.
Oh, that's not how I took that at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's virtue signaling. Okay. It's you and I talking right now.
Well, I know what virtue signaling is. I didn't consider it being in one instance of a thing. Okay,
I'm saying like he said that, and when Joel McHale said that, and I heard that, I was like, fuck, man, no one's even talking about that right now. Why did that have to come up?
I'm on board with you then.
Okay.
I was looking at it differently. My apologies for the tangent.
Fine. No problem. Yeah. No problem. I knew somewhere there was a disconnect here because I know you well enough to know that that you necessarily agree with everything, but
I agree with you 100%. When you said virtue signaling, I automatically went to people that are signaling these things at a not in a specific point, but just in general as a method to further career, further whatever the case may be.
I'm sure it's a method to further his career, but I'm saying just bringing it up in a conversation that no one else is talking about at the time.
I'm on board. I apologize. I wasted a lot of fucking time going through that, and I didn't realize what you meant, but now we're good.
Well, that's fine, because I thought we were going to have to end this conversation right in the middle of it to get out of here.
All right, buddy.
Yep.
I love you.
Bye. Give us a thumbs up on Facebook at B3F Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at B3F Podcast and on Instagram at B3F_podcast. Send us your questions or comments to bfff.podcast@gmail.com. Rate us and review us wherever you listen to the show. And as always, thanks for listening.